My name is Cassy Summers. Welcome to the Curious Universe podcast. Welcome to the show. Today, we're going to be exploring death. But not death of like people or bodies, but of ideas, of limitations, of concepts, of what has to die for you to have more of you. What has to die for you to have the life that you've always truly desired? What has to die for you to level up? What has to die? What do you have to kill? Yeah. So I like eased you in with the whole dying thing, and then I came in for like the kill with the kill, because truly you're the one that's going to have to kill it. Woo! I already perceive all the energy coming up. So we're going to jump right into the Access Consciousness Clearing Statement. Right and wrong, good and bad, POC and POD, all 100, shorts, boys, poets, creations, bases, and beyonds. If you're new to the show, this is the first time you've ever heard that, then please go to theclearingstatement.com after this, or you could pause this and go there and then come back, whatever works for you. It essentially describes the clearing statement and how it works. But right now on this show, we're just going to use it. So you could think of it as a magic wand or a magic phrase that just clears out energy, because that's what it does. So I'll bring up something like killing and dying, and then you might notice this energy coming up. So if you're new to energy work, you might not get that you notice energy coming up. I absolutely didn't. I would be like, "Whoa, I just feel really tired," or "I'm kind of dizzy all of a sudden," or like, "I'm checking out. Maybe I'm bored. Maybe I need to go do something else." What I didn't realize was that this was awareness of energy going on, not that this was my body responding to something, or I was just having a weird day. I would have weird days often. So I started to discover that that was my awareness of energy, and how awareness of energy shows up is so different and unique to everyone. So how it shows up for me is not necessarily how it will be for you. So you can't compare and you can't reference point. You just have to really discover it for yourself by asking questions, by getting present, by exploring. So when I'm talking about this, what do you have to kill? Do you notice anything? Do you notice like tension behind your eyes? Do you notice a headache? Do you notice tiredness, fatigue? Do you notice excitement and fire rising? Do you notice anger? Do you notice that you're checking out? Okay, this is all actually energetic awareness. And you might not think that that's energetic awareness, but it is. You might also notice sensations kind of outside of you, like outside of your body, rather. Um, Energetic awareness shows up in a multitude of ways. So everything that this brings up and lets down, let's do another clearing. Let's destroy and create it. Right, wrong, good, bad, POC, POD. All 100 charts, points, plots, creations, bases, and beyonds. Sometimes my body yawns when we're clearing out energy. It's when something kind of unconscious or anti-conscious starts to become conscious. You sometimes have to use this clearing statement over and over and over again to get to those layers, to get deeper and deeper and deeper as you're clearing out all the things sticking you. Okay, so, woo! What do you have to kill? Not too long ago, there was, so Gary and Dane are the founders of Access Consciousness. Access Consciousness is where all the tools and techniques that I play with come from. I love it so much. It's just my jam in every way possible. And so Gary was going through a lot of body stuff, and him and Dane were talking about it. And one thing that came up was the question, well, what do I have to kill here? And it's such a powerful question to look at. So if you have something, let's say Maybe you're suffering with money. Maybe you have body stuff going on. Maybe you have career stuff going on or relationship stuff going on. If you ask the question, like, what do you have to kill to have freedom with this? What do you have to kill to have more possibility with this? What do you have to kill to, like, whatever it is you're looking to create? You might need to get clear on what are you even looking to create? Like, are you looking to have a life of joy and abundance and profitability and wealth and play? And are you actually looking to have that? Have you ever acknowledged that and explored that for yourself? And with that, then what would you have to kill to have that? So let's go to the money thing for a minute, because I know money is so much up in people's worlds. I was going to say right now, but it's always been. This isn't a new story, guys. There's a hundred money stories and they just keep repopulating. They change the story a little bit and it's just the same story over and over and over and over again with a slightly different theme, slightly different characters. The money story, the suffering with money story is not a new one. So everywhere that you're buying into the story or creating your own story rather than your own sense of possibility, will you just train and create it, please? Right, wrong, good, bad, POC pod. Oh, 100 shorts, voice moments, creations, bases, and beyond. That's good tea. Okay, back to it. So take something with money that you're not enjoying, okay? And be honest, because sometimes we enjoy suffering with money, sometimes we enjoy, and that could actually be the thing that you need to kill, your enjoyment of suffering with money or your enjoyment of survival. I've talked to people like through my lifetime where they've been like, "Oh, I'm a survivor." There's so much pride in that. They have like, yeah, like I'm this survivor. I can survive. Well, here's the thing. You cannot have survival and thrival in the same life. You can't be like if you're thriving, you can't be surviving. And if you're surviving, you are not thriving. So if you have this pride of your ability to survive, I can survive on a dime. I can extend my money. I can get along with no like money, all this stuff, this pride, right? Then you can't have thrival with money because you wouldn't be surviving. We'd be in a completely different universe, a different realm of creation with money. So take whatever it is going on with money, and it could even just be like, I would like to create more. Maybe you capped out, maybe you're a millionaire and you're like, where's the billionaire though? Or maybe you have a lot of money, but you have so many bills, you don't get to have fun with your money. Maybe you don't have a lot of money and you'd like to change that. What just came up there was like maybe you're surrounded by people suffering with their money and that is creating something funky for you. We can't change. We're not going to go and kill other people's money suffering because the thing is, honestly, guys, they'll just recreate it. So it's not that you're not capable of it. It's that if they're not willing to have the change, it doesn't matter. It just doesn't. But we could kill everything that makes it relevant to you, everything where it bothers you, everywhere it's limiting your capacities with money. Okay. Woo! So just get a sense of this, and I want you to get a sense of this, whatever this money thing is for you. Could be a money problem, could be, uh, yeah, okay, there we go. So just bring it up. Man, it is so heavy. It literally makes me so tired. And I was so energized before this. That's awareness of energy. I just want to point that out because you might be perceiving that. You might be thinking, I'm so tired. Maybe I'll listen to this later. It's the energy. Your body's not tired. You're not tired. It's the energy because how much of this energy is actually here to distract you and how tiring is it actually to hold limitation in place? That's exhausting. What if you as an infinite being are naturally without any limits because you are infinite? right? So if you're infinite, you don't have a limitation. There's nowhere you can't go. There's nothing you can't create. There's nothing you can't have or choose. It's just infinite. So you're infinite. To have a limitation somewhere, you have to be creating something as finite. Yeah. So your capacities with money or your ability to receive money or whatever, we're just playing with money, but really it can be with anything. Okay. It could be your body's finite, um your capacity to heal your body, all of these things. Okay. Yeah. So how much energy do you have to use to create any limitation in your universe, including money limitations? Oh, there comes the wave of tiredness again. Everything that brings up and lets down. Will you destroy it and create it, please? Right, wrong, good, bad, POC, bot, all 100 shorts, boys, Bovettes, creations, bases, and beyonds. All right, all right, all right. All right. We're getting somewhere. So take this money thing, okay? And I just want you to ask, what would you have to kill for this to change? What would you have to kill to have something different here? Let's see what shows up. It might just be an energy. Like when I just like yawned and there was this energy, that might be all you perceive. That's awesome. Then anything that doesn't, then this is how you'd follow it up. You perceive the energy. Okay, anything that doesn't allow me to kill whatever that is. I destroy and uncreate that. And then we go into the access consciousness clearing statement. Right, wrong, good and bad, POC and POD, all 100 shorts, points, publics, creations, bases, and beyonds. You might need to say this a few times. You might need to do this over time. So this could be something you add to your morning routine. You know, you're brushing your teeth and you just read this to yourself in your head. Or before you go to bed, maybe this is something that you play with. However that works for you. What would you need to kill to change this? What would you need to kill to have a different possibility? What would you need to kill to have a different choice here? Whoa. Anything that does not allow that, we destroy it and create it, please. Right, wrong, good, bad, POC, bot, all 100 shorts, boys, bullets, creations, bases, and beyonds. So let's take something other than money now. Let's play with body. Okay. So take your body thing. It could be, I can't lose that extra 5 pounds and swimsuit season is coming. It could be uh I can't get out of pain. My body has so much pain and I can't change this. It's like nothing I'm doing is working. It could be I can't I can't communicate with my body. There's like this disconnect going on. Okay. It could be a million different things, just whatever it is for you. And even some of them might be unspoken things that you don't even have words for yet. So get a sense of something with your body that is not desirable. It is not working. It is not what you'd like to have as your life. Okay. All right. Woo. What would you need to kill to change this? So it could be you need to kill your relationship with your body. You need to kill your idea of what a body even is. You need to kill the pain. You need to kill your energetic psychic connection to whatever it is that is creating the pain. You might need to kill your own stupidity. You might need to kill your abuse to your body. Wow, that's running on some of you. Oof, everything that is. Will you destroy and create it times a godzillion? Please, right, wrong, good, bad, POC, POD, all 100 shorts, boys, puppets, creations, bases, and beyond. Woo! Yeah, wow. What has to die? Which brings up a little bit of a different energy. So let's go into that for a bit. So we were doing what would you have to kill? And you can do that with all the things. What would you have to kill in your relationship for it to be phenomenal? What would you have to kill in you for you to enjoy you? Wow. So play with the kill piece. And then I want us to go into what has to die. So what has to die for you to have phenomenons with money? What has to die for you to have phenomenons with embodiment? What has to die for you to have beyond this reality relationships? Now, this particular question might be bringing up multiple layers of points of view. Some of what you've decided has to die might not actually be true. So you're going to have to be very present with this. You might have decided that the only way to have a phenomenal relationship is for the current relationship that you have to die. That could be true, but that might be a point of view. So you want to just try and create all your points of view about this. So if I were to ask you, what has to die for you to have the beyond this reality financial reality you know is possible? And what comes up for you is this reality needs to die. Okay. Now, how do you know if it's an awareness or a conclusion? Well, one, an awareness is so subtle and spacious, and that like this reality has to die, or my parents have to go. Like, da, 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 da. There's charge there, there's solidity. That usually indicates that there's some sort of conclusion there or decision that you made about this. Sometimes we make these decisions and conclusions unconsciously. It's just our mind is thinking, 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 and then we go, yeah, and we just lock something in as though it's real and true, even though it may not be real and true. Some of you might be like, this body has to die so I can start a new life. Again, is that a conclusion or is that an awareness? An awareness will always give you a sense of lightness. Okay. So if I was like, what has to die for you to finally have, okay, let's make that even shorter. What has to die for you to actualize the beyond this reality, financial reality you know is possible? Okay. Whatever comes after that, if it has a sense of lightness to it, even if it doesn't make sense, then that's awareness. If it has a sense of like contraction or solidity to it, then there are points of view there. There might still be awarenesses there, but you're going to have to break those points of view down to get to the awareness. And then once you have that delicious, magical, wonderful awareness, then you're going to go anything that doesn't allow that, anything that doesn't allow this to die. And for me to allow this to die, I destroy and uncreate it. Times it got silly, right? One good, but pop out all 100 shorts, boys, poems, creations, spaces, and beyonds. Now, often there are things that we are not willing to have die. And because we've also concluded what that even means. If you got, my relationship has to die. What if you actually got that from a total awareness, like, whoa, my relationship of 15 years, 25 years, it has to die for me to have phenomenons of embodiment or a life and living that is great enough for me to commit to, or whatever it is you're asking for, okay? And if you were willing to go, okay, wow, my relationship with my partner has to die, and whatever that brings up for you, and you were willing to commit to it anyways, you were like, okay, then it dies, and I will let it die. And I will not only let it die, but I will help kill it. Consciousness, universe, show me the way. Show me what's required here. Now, here's the thing. If you didn't conclude that that meant that that relationship was over, all sorts of miracles could show up. Because it might end up being that the relationship is over. And maybe the relationship has kind of been over for a long time. And you just need a little bit of a kick in the butt to actually take action and change some things. Or what actually often shows up more than you think is the relationship dies in the way that it is currently. And that relationship can have a rebirth, a reset, a new possibility can emerge from the ashes of that destroyed relationship. I used to always hear about like makeup sex, and couples would fight and just be so mean to each other. And then they would like get all randy and lusty and have all this sex. And I was never like that at all. But as I like explored this kind of energy, I'm like, oh, okay. So what they did is they went to battle and they actually destroyed probably each other a little bit, but they destroyed the relationship. And then when they chose again to be together, there was all this reignition or this new ignition. They were ignited to be together sexually because, it's now a new relationship. It's brand new. And they're all like excited and fired up for each other. I started to realize, okay, cool, that might be what's going on. And there could be a million other things going on. But that actually made a lot more sense to me. So again, if you had no conclusion of what it meant for something to die or for you to kill something, then anything is possible. It is your conclusion that is a limitation. So how many conclusions have to die? And do you have to kill for you to have true awareness? Anything that does not allow that times a gazillion will you destroy and create. Please, right, wrong, good, bad, pop, bad, all 100 shorts, boys, puppets, creations, spaces, and beyonds. Yes. So what has to die? Are you willing to have a rebirth? Are you willing to be reborn? I love, there's certain classes in Access Conscious, not all of them create this for me, but where there'll be so much going on. And sometimes even during the class, I'm like, I feel like I'm dying. Like there's something within me dying. And maybe I'll have a lot of tears, or I sometimes I get really sick and I'm just like, it's like something within me is dying and I don't fight it anymore. I used to. I was like, no, I need to keep this thing alive. And I'm like, what if I just let it go? What if I just let it go? Let it die. Whatever this is within me. Because I know that if it is truly valuable, it can't die. Not only can it not die, it can only get greater. So then I relax and I let it go. And at times I help kill it. I'm like, amp it up, let's go. And then when I've had space after that class, there is this rebirth, this new me that emerges. And what if you could do that with anything? Like look at your financial reality, if it's one of suffering and pain and frustration, and imagine you could actually kill it, like literally kill it, allow it to die utterly. And from those ashes, you rebirth this fresh, beautiful, anything is possible space of play with money. Rather than trying to build on top of something that already isn't working, something that's already like has the foundation of suffering and difficulty, and rather than trying to make it work and make it work and make it work, you could just let it die. You could kill it and then allow this fresh, beautiful, wondrous thing to emerge. I have a sense that that's even occurred with my body. And I didn't have to actually exit this body and kill this body, but aspects of my embodiment I have let die because they were creating dynamic limitation for me and well for my body. And I had to let it die. I had to let those aspects, those energies, those conclusions, those limitations I had to let certain parts of my body die to have it rebirth. And I keep picturing as we're talking like this, you know, kind of phoenix-like thing, and like the body just coming out of this almost like fertile ground. It could be coming out of the earth or coming out of an egg, like however that shows up for you, right? And my body just like fresh, every cell fresh and new. What has to die? Imagine your relationship fresh and new and reborn, reignited, whether it's with that person or someone different. What has to die so you can have that fresh start, that new beginning, that rebirth? It could be your business, your career. Maybe you need to change careers or change jobs or just destroy and uncreate everything it is, all of the energetic solidity, the structures that you've built around it. I, at one point, got the sense that there was all these structures I had built within my business, and I had to kill them. I had to kill those structures so that my business could rise as something new. And what was so cool is when those structures were destroyed, it was as though my business got wings and it could fly without being anchored and held down to things that I had bought were necessary. So what has to die for you to have your rebirth, your new beginning, your fresh beginning, your wings? Would you let it die? Would you even be willing to be the one that helps kill it? What if there's a killer in you, and that killer is exquisite and powerful and wonderful and very, very much required to create something greater? Wow, cool. Well, I think we've gone as far as we can go on the show here today on this topic, but thank you so much for exploring this and joining me here on the Curious Universe, where we kill, destroy the limitations, the structures of this reality so that you can create your own fresh, shiny, new, miraculous reality. Thank you so much, and I'll see you in the next episode. Bye for now. Thank you for exploring the Curious Universe with me. Your curiosity matters. And what if together we could create a greater, more curious world?